I guess we'll get started when QC gets.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
Oh, what?
We'll get started in a few minutes, everyone. We're just waiting for our facilitator, so give us a moment.
How many do we have on?
Yeah, we're in and people are logged on, QC. We can begin.
Okay, Joan. Sure.
Oh, great. Thank you. You know what, Casey, when you stepped away, you missed my comment. I needed you to bring me in. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to the 8A Accelerator briefing. My name is June Evans. I am the Executive Director of the Bowie Business Innovation Center. You are here today to hear about our award-winning 8A Accelerator. And you will be able to get a chance to not only hear about the program, but always also hear from some of the experts and mentors and opportunities that you will acquire once you go through the program. Let me tell you a little bit about the Bowie BIC. The Bowie BIC is a business accelerator and incubator, and we are dedicated to your growth and your acceleration and helping you scale up to grow your business in all areas. But particularly one of our sweet spots is 8A government contracting, and we are super excited to help you and get you to learn more about how this accelerator program can help you leverage your 8A certification for growth and success in the federal government. I'm going to introduce you to my team. You'll get a chance to speak with them, hear from them, and even connect with them periodically throughout the next 7 weeks. First, I will introduce you to Angie Duncanson. Angie, do you mind? Great. Angie, just say a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Angie Duncanson, and I'm the program manager for the Bowie BIC's newest program called the Center of Excellence. I just came on board with the Bowie BIC August of this year, coming from Maryland Women's Business Center after 9.5 years. So I've been with the Maryland Women's Business Center. I was with Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation before that. And I've also been a counselor and consultant with Maryland Small Business Development Center. So it's a pleasure to be on board with the Bowie BIC. I look forward to working with all of you that are on who are going to sign up for our 8A program and working with our project manager QC. Thank you, June.
Thank you, Angie. Well, the next person I'd like to introduce you to is, and if you don't mind, everyone, if you could please mute. Great. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. And the next person that I will introduce you to is the backbone of our organization, my operations director, Crystal Clark. Crystal, are you there?
I am. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. All right.
Good morning.
Great. Now I'm gonna introduce you to Jordan Young. Jordan is our administrative assistant. You'll get correspondences from Jordan, and when you do hear from Jordan, please respond. Be ready to, you see that name, be joyful and excited, and be ready to respond to whatever Jordan is asking from you. So Jordan.
Good morning, everyone. Pleasure to be here.
And the last person, but not least, that I'll introduce you to is Antoinette Smith. Antoinette is our Bowie BIC membership program manager. She will also be working with Angie Duncanson to help you as a business owner get connected to the Bowie Business Innovation Center. Angie and Antoinette are both certified growth wheel business coaches, and with them, they will be able to meet with you, connect with you, be able to really help you through this journey. So Antoinette, would you introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Get some
Good
energy going.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's get excited. Yes, that's me. I will be contacting you to get information. You will see a lot of emails from me and we'll get acquainted. We'll have our one-on-one and hopefully we can get everybody in our Bowie spotlight. Let's get excited. Welcome.
Thank you, Antoinette. So I'm going to turn it back over to our facilitator so that he can introduce the remaining presenters for this morning's briefing. So next up on, actually, QC, do you want me to hand it over
Absolutely.
to Larry?
Yes,
Okay, all
please.
right. Great. Next on our agenda is Larry Webb, the Deputy Director for the SBA Washington Metropolitan Region. Larry, turn it over to you.
I'm hoping that Miss Brockton there is safe in her car. I see her camera.
Yeah. Driving, come on now.
Yes, but you know what? She's not stopping. She's not letting anything stop her. She is connected. I'm going to get connected no matter where I am. Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's briefing on the 8A Accelerator and BIC more broadly. I'm very excited to be here this morning and both welcome you to this program, but also bring greetings from the SBA's Washington Metropolitan Area District Office. Since you are all on this call, new registrants with the 8A program, I want to welcome you once again. I hope that by this time you've gone through your orientation and learned a little bit about the SBA, but if you haven't, I just wanted to go over a couple things at a very high level. Obviously, you signed up for the 8A program. You've been accepted into the 8A program, and so congratulations. What you may not know about the SBA that is germane to this conversation here is that we do three three fundamental things. One is obviously government contracting, which you have aligned yourself with through the 8A program. And so hopefully you will learn about the 8A program, but also a lot of the other contracting programs that you may be able to participate in. Maybe you're a veteran, maybe you're a woman-owned business, maybe you're in a hub zone. Maybe there are other programs like the All Small program that might be of benefit to you. And maybe you'll learn about other government agencies and their programs that also may be of use to you. So hopefully this is a jumping off point for government contracting for you. Be remiss if I also didn't talk about the fact that government, we do government contracts, but in the 8A program, at some point, you're going to have to wean yourself off of those sole source and small competitive contracts. So please also be looking at what city you live in. Do they have government contracting? I assure you they do. All governments buy stuff. So are you looking at your local municipal contracting? Are you looking at state contracting? Are you looking at county contracting? Are you looking at private sector contracting? So those are all of the things that I hope that that both this program and that your SBA BOS counselor and other counselors may be able to help you with. And by other counselors, I also mean the second C in our 3C soup, contracting being the first. The second one is counseling. The SBA provides free and or low-cost counseling on a variety of subjects pertaining to business. Angie knows that. She's worked in several of our programs, SBDC and WBC, and now working with our partner, Bowie BIC. So that's low-hanging fruit that you can pick. You should not be spending your nights not sleeping, worrying about payroll, worrying about how to use social media, how to do HR when you should hire someone, 1099 or a full-time employee. We have counselors and mentors and folks that can help you do that. Please take advantage of it. Once again, that's why it's there. And the last C in the 3C soup is capital, access to capital. You're going to hear about that during this process because all contractors, subs and primes will need capital in order to grow for that contracts, to hire people on and what have you. And so that is the third one, and you'll hear a lot about that. But work through your BOS counselor. We have others in our office that do that kind of work beyond the BOS, sort of checking the boxes for you and mentoring you on business development. They should be connecting you with our other resources, but you can always go to sba.gov to find out more about that. The last thing I wanted to mention before I get off the podium here, as it were, is that each one of you should have received a letter by now asking for your narratives. I know that's been in the news. Lots of people have been talking about that. If you have not completed your narratives, please make that a priority. There's lots of help out there, both through private organizations. I know Bowie BIC is looking at that. I know they put out some information through some of their through some of their partners. But there's lots of information out there. The SBA's put out information, templates, etc. Please do that. There are people within the agency that will help you if you're having difficulty completing that. But we will not be able to issue any contracts to any firm until those narratives are done. And so that's really important. And once again, I think I would be remiss if I did not mention that while I had your undivided attention. But with that, I will share that I've thoroughly enjoyed working with this team. I look forward to our continued collaboration, and I will turn it back to QC. Thank you so much, QC, for the invitation.
Fantastic. Appreciate that, Larry.
Thank you.
And so we're going to proceed. Magdalena is not here. We're going to move to Jamie. Jamie Bratton, you're up next. Introduce yourself and provide some information on what participants can expect.
Absolutely.
During your section.
Thank you, QC. My name is Jamie Bratton. I'm the president and CEO of Easy Governance Market Intelligence. And we've been joined at the hip with Bowie BIC for about almost 5 years now. If I have to go back to my calendar, it's either 4 or 5 years, but it's been quite a while. We're very excited to be joined at the hip again. And wanted to explain what Easy GovOps is. There's a lot of folks on the call today that are actually already customers of ours. So what we do, we provide market intelligence. We give a competitive advantage. We really specialize in 8A information, and that's why the joint of the hip with Bowie BIC. National 8A Association is a huge part of ours. We have kind of an exclusive partnership with them. The unique ability that we kind of bring to the table that I want to make sure that all Bowie BIC participants can take advantage of is one, a free trial. We have a 30-day access for Bowie BIC as part of this agreement, and also in tandem with that, there's unique 8A availability in a sense of query essences within Easy GovOps. In other words, you're looking for sole source contracts and you're at a dead end because no solicitation release. How do you find out who was the original solicitation noted internally, be it the government and that particular participant? Who is the contract officer? How do you reach out to those particular folks? And then how do you get the competitive advantage with analyst updates? That's really key. We're blessed and fortunate enough to have a huge bench of researchers come and do the magic behind the scenes. Obviously we everybody else, obviously on the call today are worried about with the government with the potential with the shutdown. But we all know the government's going back. If there is a shutdown, it's going to be back sooner than you can probably anticipate, which is a good thing. So there's always a rainbow. They'll work this out, but just know that we're going to be by your side. We're going to help you get trained. We're going to make sure you get complete access for yourself and your team. It's not just an individual approach by the CEO of the company. We want to make sure it's a collaborative effort between yourself and your teammates, so you can actually fully test drive the platform. The main thing is we want to make sure you get educated in the space. We all know that Bowie BIC participants and every entity that's just newly registered with SAM.gov or just getting their feet wet, sometimes it's a daunting task. Really understand the space. It's really complicated, and we try to simplify that with a lot of training too as well. So that's what we bring to the table. So again, we're very excited about being able to work.
Fantastic, great. So I see we have a few a couple of more resource partners on the call. Let me jump here. Sai Alba And then we're going to introduce Kevin Duncan and a few of the recent graduates of the 8A Accelerator program to just give you an overview of what their experience was. So, Sai, if you can jump on and give a quick intro of yourself and what participants can expect during your session, that would be great.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Sorry, I got stuck in the car this morning, but you can look at my picture from God only knows 15 years ago. I don't know. I look very, very young in that picture. So hopefully when I see you guys, you'll see I got a lot more gray hair now. But I've been working with the Bowie BIC for I don't even know how long, a while, maybe even since its first session. So happy to be back here. We're going to be talking a lot about everybody's favorite topic with joint ventures, teaming agreements, subcontracting, how to work together, some of the compliance issues. I know there's a lot of questions all the time with performance of work, especially with JVs. It's very confusing. Usually we have somebody from SBA on board as well, which is always great. And I'm happy to answer any questions people have in the moment while we go through our session. And then afterwards, if people have questions or they want to talk through things about their individual company, I give people some time to, free time to just talk, and we can figure out, if there's any pressing issues. So happy to be back and looking forward to meet with everyone. And thank you again.
Thank you, Sai. Kevin, if you can give a brief intro and a brief synopsis of those indirects, 3 minutes maybe, and we can go and introduce some of the recent graduates. Kevin?
Okay. Yep. So my name is Kevin Duncan. My firm is K. Duncan and Company. We're a CPA firm and consulting firm, and I've been in government contracting for a very, very long time. Golly, probably my first government contracting job was 1980. I've had my firm in place for almost 30 years. So I have worked with the Bowie BIC since 2019. I've delivered a couple of courses over the years, and my focus is always to help companies get from where they are to where they want to be. And my area, again, is accounting and government contracts and the contracts area. So I will be delivering a course, as well as I will be a resource that you can call upon outside of the course.
Fantastic. Appreciate that. Christine, are you ready to share your experience being a graduate of the 8A Accelerator program? Introduce yourself. I think you're on mute.
Hi, everyone. As QC said, my name is Christine. I'm with CKSS. And we're not a recent graduate. We are cohort 5 graduate. And we are 8A certified women-owned small business. We specialize in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and IT modernization. So the program was really a game changer for me, per se. And we were able to collaborate with other peers. The networking also was awesome. We still continue to network within the cohort 5 and share insights and share different events. And we were able to learn one of the most important aspects of networking in events, and that is the preparation of the pitch, because you have to customize that pitch to different audiences. And then during all those sessions, we learned so many aspects of running a business, from legal, EasyGov, Intel software, accounting, capture management, proposal management. So in a nutshell, this is a very great program, especially for the ones who are new to the government contracting space. So,
Christine, quick question for you. Your time before the 8A Accelerator, in terms of your business development activities, versus your business development activities post the 8A Accelerator. How was that?
Oh, it's like night and day. Now I know how to laser focus on just one agency and how to attend the events and how to conduct yourself. And whenever you go to any event, what is it that you want? You just have maybe one or two. So it's been a night and day because we're not involved heavily on BD, but then now we are, and we are beginning to see the fruits of our labor through all the relationships that we've gathered.
Fantastic. Well, Christine, I appreciate you, altering your schedule to share your thoughts. I have Bobby up next. If you can share a bit of information about your experience in the 8A Accelerator.
Good morning, all. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, cohort 5. So 10/18/2008 is my wedding day. And so my anniversary is coming up next month. And this is my analogy. When I first got the 8A, it reminded me when my mother-in-law gave me a physical map. Do you guys remember those? So, you got to get into the map and read and do your compass. That was my personal experience when I first got the 8A. However, when I learned about the Bowie Acceleration Program, I threw my physical map out the door and we stepped into the world of, automated maps and finding location. This is what the Bowie BIC did for me. I had this vehicle, this license to move with a little bit of less roadblock and bumps. But through the acceleration program, I learned how to actively use it, how to actively pursue opportunities that not only aligns with my offerings, but use this vehicle to do work. And I've actually received work. Bobby Toe, my company is Tao Team. We specialize in data analytics, generative AI. We work closely with Health and Human Services, IRS, CFPB, just to name a few. And QC will tell you that his phone stays on auto dial when I need him for anything. So it's super excited to be here and just to share my story, guys. You're in the right place.
Appreciate you, Bobby. Appreciate you. Act Performance Solution, Walter, are you there? Are you willing to share some thoughts? Okay, may not be. So, you just came off mute. Walter, you there?
I am. I'm sitting back listening. So, yes, sir. Thank you very much. Let's see. I'm trying to get my video on. So I just completed the last cohort, and I can honestly say that before the 8A Accelerator, I just wasn't sure what to do. And after completing the program, I now have the roadmap, as Bobby just mentioned, to move forward. And I've been implementing all those things that I learned doing the 8A Accelerator. So I am so grateful for the program because I've been in 8A for a few years, but just been working with one agency for the last few years. So now I feel like I can broaden my horizons in a sense. So thank you very much to everyone at Bowie BIC. I really appreciate the support.
Appreciate you, Walt. Appreciate you. Okay, so my name is QC Jones. I'm the managing partner at Nolan McKenzie and your project manager for the 8A Accelerator program. Okay, so the 8A Accelerator program is sponsored by Capital One in collaboration with the U.S. Small Business Administration. When we were designing this program, we had the fundamental purpose to deliver a training program that focuses on 3 critical aspects of growing your business. First, capture planning. Second, mentoring. And finally, networking. Our goal was to enable CEOs of newly certified 8A businesses to grow their companies in the federal marketplace. Unlike any other program you may have been in or participated in, the 8A Accelerator program is designed to provide its participants with real-world training based on best practices, lessons learned from both experienced CEOs as well as industry recognized experts who have been there, who have done that, and have the t-shirt to prove it. It is essentially a 6-week outcome-driven program. We meet once a week virtually using Zoom. The program starts in a couple weeks, October the 13th, and the program concludes on December the 1st. We meet every Friday morning from 8:30 till noon. We've had exceptional cohorts in the past, and we're expecting nothing less from cohort number 7. Many of the CEOs, just from our experience, and again, we've been doing this since I think 2019. What we have found is that many of the CEOs who find this program beneficial are those who have technical expertise in their particular discipline, whether they're IT, whether they're marketing, whether they're trainers or whatever the case may be, but lack some of the business development experience needed to get that technical expertise into their customers' hand, right? So we aim to provide you with that how to conduct business development. This is not an academic program. This is not a theoretical, functional type of program where you're going to learn a lot of theory. We're going to give you real world, best in class training from CEOs and industry experts that are presently in the game. But, feel free to go to the Bowie BIC website, listen to some of the testimonies, give me a call or send me an email if you have any questions. And what I'm going to do now is run through the sessions with you. So starting off on October the 13th, we're going to delve into your business capabilities and your value propositions. I've interviewed some of you already, and what we want to do is refine that messaging. And we go through a series of iteratively adjustments to your value proposition. Then we jump into the sales process. How do you identify those opportunities? That's where Jamie is going to just drive opportunity identification into your brain. I mean, it's a very intense session. Then we talk about the deal mix. How do you compose that pipeline to represent what you are seeking to, achieve from a revenue performance? We will go over the search letter, the offer letter, and their importance in getting you an 8A contract awarded. We're going to talk a bit about on November the 3rd, financial planning. That's where Kevin Duncan and his team is going to talk about those indirect rates. We're going to talk about financing. We're going to go over the certificate of competency and when that is required from the SBA. Cy Alba from Polaro Mars are going to talk to you about the legal strategies and how it facilitates your capture planning, joint ventures, mentor-protege agreements, teaming agreements, subcontracts, and what are the nuances involved within those particular teaming arrangement, and what are some of the current trends? I'm sure many of you are facing the impacts of some of the government contracting trends occurring right now. And so we will delve into that a little bit. And finally, the last session will be on price and cost proposal development. A lot of folks spend the majority of their time, preparing their technical proposal and wait till a day or two to, sort of develop that pricing. We're going to show you a better way of doing that. Okay. So that's the program in general. We'll open it up now for questions. Did we do a good job?
Must have everybody silent.
All right, guys, if there are no questions, wait, let me look here in the chat and see what's going on. Perfect. All right, great. So I think we're good. Please go on to the Bowie BIC website, register, submit your application. We will be conducting interviews over the next 2 weeks. Look like Dara have a question.
Hi, yes, so sorry. I couldn't get back to my screen fast enough. But no, I just had a question. I know that there's the case. Oh, Mr. Webb, I think he's the one that can answer the question. The case that's kind of like currently going through the courts, I think on the 15th, they filed basically saying that the 8A program, or on the basis that the 8A program is unconstitutional. Can you all just speak to that a little bit, if that's okay, and how you're addressing it?
Actually, I can give you a high-level conversation about that for a variety of reasons. One, the Department of Justice actually is the agency's lawyer and the federal government's lawyer. And so they're the ones that can actually speak to our legal strategies and what have you. What I can say is that the 8A program has been around for over 50 years. This is not the first time this program has been challenged, and it has survived each and every challenge in the past. What we have done in the last couple months is make sure that we have aligned ourselves with the judge's order, which is why we've asked for those narratives. And basically, the case is about if we should have been using that process. That may get appealed. That's the decision that is, as they say, above my pay grade. But at this point, what we've done is just align ourselves with the judge's injunction and his order so that we can move forward. And what we did, for those of you who don't know, since the question has come up, in the last couple of months since the judge's initial decision, is as every 8A firm that had a pending contract, because it's the end of the fiscal year, and this is when agencies spend their money that they may have just gotten a couple months ago because of CRs and the appropriations process that we are in yet again. And we made sure that every firm that had a contract ending with a federal agency got their narratives done first. And now we're turning to those that did not have contracts. They weren't an emergency, and we are processing those narratives. I believe at this point, 99.9% of the folks that have presented narratives have either gotten it passed or we're in the process of getting those approved. And so that's sort of where we are in the process. I don't know the specific date, and obviously we're on the the cusp of yet another potential government shutdown. Hopefully we won't be. But we are planning to open back up the application process soon. And I don't know a specific date, but soon. So we are moving forward with the plans of continuing the program. And that's what I can tell you about what we're doing internally. The legal strategies I will leave to others. Hopefully that's helpful and provided some insight to you and to others that may have had questions about that.
It is.
Hey, Larry.
Thank you so much. And you all, it was perfect. The process was so easy to go ahead and submit the narrative. The guidance you all provided was on point. So thank you.
Thank you for saying that. We are trying to, I'm sorry, I just say this. I know that if you've watched some of the videos that we've published, we as an agency recognize that for some, this may be a daunting task. Not so much the process, but the fact that you have to sort of relive or re-traumatize yourself or what have you. And so thank you for those words, because that is one of our chief concerns. So thank you for saying that we at least made it as comfortable and as easy as possible. I really do appreciate that. And I'll pass that along.
I'd like to add as well, we have an outstanding BOS, and we did the training, and it was actually seamless and it worked extremely well. So I wanted to thank the SBA, but more importantly, I want to thank our BOS for helping us through the process.
Who is your BOS, by the way?
Mr. Tedroy Young.
He's one of our newest employees, so I appreciate that as well. And I don't want to make this an SBA conversation. I do appreciate that, and thank you for the question. QC, this is your playing field, so I'll let you. I think there's a hand up, and I'll let you conduct.
Yeah, Michael has his hand up.
Appreciate it. Give me 1 second, Angie. Annette Johnson, I must have missed you, and I would like for you to introduce yourself. Let me pull up your slide. Annette Johnson is one of our resource partners that will be presenting. Annette, if you wouldn't mind, come on camera and introduce yourself and tell the folks what they can expect in their session from a pricing perspective.
Good morning. Can you see my?
Yes. Good morning.
Hi.
Oh, good morning, everyone. I am Annette Johnson. Will be conducting the cost price proposal development session, and you will be learning as much as I can impart on you within the time allotted. And I'm always available after the session to answer any questions and to help you navigate. I bring to you 30 plus years of cost and price and proposal development and risk assessment to this cohort. And I look forward to presenting to you and meeting all of you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Annette. All right. I think that's it.
I think Michael had a question, QC.
Okay, Michael.
Hey,
there you are.
Hey, just a quick question. Maybe Mr. Webb can answer. We did receive a letter from the SBA. We got our 8A certification, and it said that our social disadvantage requirement continues to be eligible. And so the question is, do we still need to send our narrative? We were accepted to the program based on our narrative. Do we still need to send our narrative again to like be posted somewhere? Because it was a little confusing.
Two things. One, without actually seeing the letter and reading it, I would be remiss to give you advice. I'm sure there is probably an email or a number on the letter if you have a question to get back with the office that provided that guidance. However, what I will tell you is this: if you had to write a narrative, so if you were not Black, Latino, Asian, or Native American, you likely did not have a box to check before that would have automatically not got you in the program, but allowed you not to have to do the narrative. So I don't know your background, but if you were not one of those groups, you had to write a narrative. If you did that before, you won't have to do it again.
Exactly.
But I don't know that. But if that's the case, if you wrote one before, a socially disadvantaged, not an economically disadvantaged, but a social disadvantage narrative, if you did that before, you don't have to repeat that process. That is absolutely correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
But if you have questions about that, if you're unsure, that doesn't make sense, please contact the office that provided the letter to make sure. I don't want to lead you astray.
Thank you so much.
You're absolutely.
Hey, Larry, before we go, this is Angie. I just want to ask something because I want to be clear about this. So this whole thing with this narrative, right? So can people still apply for the 8A program if they are not trying to be considered socially disadvantaged? Or does everybody applying for the program who was on the program before have to submit the narrative? I'm not clear about that. Can people still apply if they're not trying to apply as a socially disadvantaged company?
You're putting me on the spot, Angie. So I don't actually, the way you worded that question, I'm not sure about the answer to that question. The way
well, you can get back to me on that because I'm very unsure about that.
Absolutely.
All right, so I appreciate everyone.
I'm sorry, QC, go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone's concern and questions regarding the social disadvantage letter, but do we have any more regarding the Bowie BIC
program?
Accelerator program? If not, I would like to thank you all for participating today. Please go onto the Bowie BIC website to submit your application. We will be conducting interviews over the next couple of weeks to get ready or to be in preparation of the course start date of October the 13th. So thank you again and look forward to seeing you all in class.
Thank you. Talk to you later, Larry. Bye.
Take care.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Bye, Larry.